The Senate's minority bloc, meanwhile, will issue its own report on the sugar controversy. Minority Senator Coco Pimentel hits their report may shed light on the possible liability of Executive Secretary Vic Rodriguez. Pimentel also sees a need to be more understanding of the actions of the 4 SRA officials since they suffered from miscommunication.
There were people who were persistently asking for approval, decision, or feedback. Persistently. And their requests for information or advice or decision were purposely not replied to, not responded to. Ngayon you want them to go to jail? I mean, ako mas forgiving po ako ngayong dito sa facts ng sa latag ng facts sa sugar probe.
Philippine Executive Secretary Vic Rodriguez off the hook in the sugar importation fiasco. The Senate Blue Ribbon Committee has released its findings following their investigation into the controversy, which wrapped up after 3 hearings. Rodriguez was not mentioned in the report, even if he confirmed receiving a draft of the controversial Sugar Order No. 4 from suspended agriculture official Leocadio Sebastian. To recall, Rodriguez admitted ignoring that order pending the decision of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. But Sebastian argued he was empowered by no less than Rodriguez to sign that order on behalf of Marcos.
From the evidence culled on the basis of the testimony, no sufficient evidence to counter his testimony. There is such an offense called simple neglect of duty. Even in that circumstance, hindi na-qualify. So what I said before, everything will be based on evidence and facts and not just mere inference.
As for Sebastian and other signatories of the sugar importation order, they were not as lucky as the executive secretary. The Senate recommended criminal and administrative charges against Sebastian, as well as former Sugar Regulatory Administration head Hermenegildo Serafica and former SRA board members Roland Beltran and Aurelio Valderrama. The charges include violating the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act and committing administrative offenses, including serious dishonesty and gross insubordination. The Senate panel asked the Immigration Bureau to include all 4 in its lookout bulletin. An unprecedented array of crises led by the pandemic has disrupted decades of human progress. The UN Development Program says the Human Development Index declined in 2020 and 2021, erasing the gains of the preceding 5 years. The index is a measure of countries' life expectancies, education levels, and standards of living. Aside from the pandemic, the UN Development Program's report also blames political, financial, and climate-related crises for the setback. The agency warns the outlook for 2022 is also grim.
We are now for the 2nd year running seeing a global reversal in human development, and it's happening in 9 out of 10 countries. And when I look at the prospects of UNDP's work over the next year, I'm intensely frustrated because at a moment of maximum need, the countries who can most afford to enable us to step up, many of them are actually stepping back. And that, I think, we have to change, because we'll all be losers as a result of that.